Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. If you'd like to support me and the channel, my PayPal will be down in the description, so thank you very much. And if you haven't seen the brand new movie over in Anime King 3 of What If Naruto Was Dr. Manhattan, the link will be at the top of the description, so go ahead and check it out. I'm back with a brand new movie for you guys to enjoy. Taking inspiration from One Piece, let us dive into a scenario where Naruto is Kaido. Yes guys, the indestructible, powerful Kaido. The man that fell from the heavens and survived. The man that was sentenced to death numerous times and constantly survived. Well, if you like to see this and more, just go ahead and obliterate that red subscribe button if you're new. And also if you want your own ideas done by me, because I did get this idea a long time ago, just comment on any of my latest posts and I'll be jotted down for future use. So without further ado or wasting more time, let us begin this now guys. We begin this episode with a boy as he was hit in the face. However, he smiled, blood running down his lip. "Is that the best you can do?" he said. The man that held him raised a bottle, but the child jumped upwards as he kicked him under the chin. Staggering, said man. With that, he crawled up his arm and grabbed the bottle and smashed it above his head. He collapsed, folding on the ground. Surrounding him were several others. All of them were unconscious. The boy's name was Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto was a problem. He was a problem to most. You see, Naruto did not like to be seen as weak. He did not hesitate to fight back, which led him to start over 20 fights on his first day in the academy. There was already a petition to exile him from the academy. The people around here saw him as a demon, and Naruto did not make it any better because he retaliated. He attacked viciously as well. People looking down on him angered him, and he tended to show them that they were not better with his fists. Naruto has placed several children in a coma just recently, which got him suspended. They wanted to use that word. However, things were bad. The Hokage was trying to keep the peace, but all that he showed Naruto was he was a spineless coward. Because Naruto did not attack these people first. They came after him, but the Hokage was a spineless fool. Thus, as Naruto saw it, the only thing that mattered in this world was strength. And Naruto has a lot of it. He was special physically as well. Naruto knew that he possessed the 9 tails. One of these buffoons told him after he beat the living crap out of him. For them to take that out on him, believing that it was his fault, it made Naruto even more angry. As he enjoyed causing them pain, he enjoyed making them believe that he was going to transform into the fox and rip them to shreds. Despite having no such thing under his control, he enjoyed watching that look on their face because only the strong survive in this world. And he's going to show all of these people that he was one of them. He was the strong. But Naruto wasn't going to stay here for much longer because he could feel it. For some time now, he could feel something calling out to him. He didn't know what it was, but it was a need. He felt it in his bones. He was 10 years old right now, but he's been planning his escape. Naruto needed to leave the village because something was calling out to him. He felt incomplete. He felt partially hollowed, like something was there, something for him to grip onto, but He had no idea what it truly was, but he needed it. And he knew that it was not here within the village. Another one of these drunken fools attacked him, calling their friends. Naruto put them in their place. He was 10 and yet he was able to drop most adults, showing that his strength was great. 2 weeks later, Naruto left the village. It was noticeable after 3 days because Naruto had become such a problem. The Hokage had the place scoured, but Naruto planned his escape perfectly, using the caravans to get out of Konoha, traveling from one distance to another, running for hours upon hours because his stamina was almost unending, almost infinite as he ran. Days later, as Naruto spent majority of the time, maybe 90% running, not walking, running, moving from one distance to another, he ran into a lot of trouble, mostly bandits and thugs. None of them expect that a 10-year-old boy would beat the absolute crap out of them. No hesitation, no remorse, no holding back in the slightest. Finally, Naruto arrived. The air was cold, but it did not bother him. As he ventured on, making his way deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, he arrived to a wall. He looked around, confused at first until the wall started to split open. It sensed him there. It understood his reason. It understood his purpose. This wall was guarded in the past, but it's been a long time now since anyone has ventured here because the secrets about it has been kept, well, locked away. The Land of Iron was a location. A samurai immediately rushed inside. His master Mifune, sitting down. "Sir, we have a problem. The wall that was supposed to be kept, the wall that was supposed to be locked, that could not even be opened by them, somehow opened up as the alert reached them." When Mifune looked at the man and the man said those words, you could see the absolute shock on Mifune's face. Impossible, he said. The entrance to the secret cave. It was an ancient chakra from the past that kept it sealed. It fed off of negativity, pain, hatred, and loneliness, so no one could truly open it. Not even those with a pure heart could open it. You see, it was passed down in the samurai's generation for years upon years upon years upon years, to a date that no one could remember about the ancient things that were sealed in there. If it wasn't for the markings that were covered by the snow, people would believe that it was just a myth. But the samurais had kept it secret. In the past, before the Second Great Shinobi War, even the first, there was many that came here to try and claim it, but time after time again, with no such luck, no one able to get in to view the ultimate so-called power. People gave up and the legend died, but the samurais kept it to heart and kept what was ever in there safe. But over the years they became lax, as you can see that no one was guarding it because they believed that it would never truly open. But now, something abnormal happened. Naruto, by the time he had arrived there, he was 11 years old, and the entrance, it simply opened for him. Now that was abnormal, that was strange. It opened up. With inside, Naruto started to descend downstairs as he saw the remains, bones of forgotten beasts and warriors as well. This place was here for more than 1,000 years, as Naruto kept on going deeper and deeper until he finally arrived. The place started to light up with magical runes on the wall. It was ancient seals known as runes that was not used in this day and age. That is when Naruto saw it, the weapon. His eyes gazed towards it, his heart beat for it. He did not know how, but Naruto knew that this was it. This was what was calling out to him. Naruto moved towards it. It was massive, titanically massive. It was in the bones of a long forgotten titan. Naruto stepped towards the massive weapon, gazing towards it as he knew the name. Just by looking at it, He knew what it was. It was known as a kanabo, not used in this day and age. Naruto stepped and reached. As his hand lay on the weapon that was massive and 10 times taller than him, the room itself started to whisper as Naruto touched it. Only the broken may wheel, the hammer of ruin, as the whispers spring out through the entire place. The moment his hand truly gripped it, the cave trembled. The ruins start to burn away, and for a moment Naruto saw visions of himself wielding the weapon that split the sky, causing an arc of power to rain through the heavens. As Naruto gripped the kanabo and held onto it, the moment that happened, a surge of energy flooded inside of him. It was him. He was the chosen one. You could tell whatever power that was inside of Naruto already. And I'm not talking about the 9 tails. That special power that made him so durable. The moment the kanabo and him made contact, that power was fully realized, fully awakened. Bones expand, muscles break. Naruto's body started to surge with power. Unbelievable power. Naruto's eyes flashed as the kanabo shrunk. It shrunk to the perfect size for him to hold it, but it was still so heavy, and yet he wielded it in his hand. Shock. As he felt so much better, he realized how incomplete he previously was, and now his body surged with so much unbelievable energy. Even before this, Naruto believed that he could make his dream a reality. A world ruled by the strong. A world structured by the powerful. And now, Naruto's dream was right there, for him to grasp, for him to hold. The moment Naruto stepped out of the cave, he was surrounded. The small 10-year-old child was no longer small. In a small moment, Naruto had grown. He was not ridiculously big, but you could see. He looked like he physically aged as well. It was like he was only half of himself until he touched his weapon. And now, as he held it, Naruto was almost the height as Mifune, which was ridiculous. He was 10. Gazing towards the man and the others, Mifune noticed the weapon as he could feel. Something about that weapon was just wrong. But it wasn't just a weapon, it was this young man in front of him. How did you enter this place? Mifune said. Naruto looked towards him. Who are you people? What do you want? We want to understand how exactly did you enter this place, Mifune said. I presume that weapon you got it from in there. I'm afraid I can't allow you to leave with that. Naruto started chuckling as he threw his head back, his laughter sounding rather odd. Let me. Naruto leaped forward. Mifune immediately unsheathed his blade. He was one of the greatest swordsmen, but the moment the weapon struck the sword, the explosion that rocked the land of iron was critical. Bodies were launched. Mifune was crushed into the ground, battered and bruised and unconscious from just one blow. Naruto brought his weapon upwards, feeling the surge. He leaped into the sky. One of the samurais quickly grabbed Mifune and threw him away, sacrificing himself as Naruto brought the combo down. Boom! The earth shattered and erupted in a violent cataclysmic blast that spanned out for miles. Standing within the depths of pure destruction and chaos, Naruto smiled, a smile of enjoyment, a smile of power, as the grin on his face was filled with mirth and joy of the power circulating through him. Time skip. The people were happy that he was gone. Not seeing him brought them great joy, but the Hokage, he didn't like this one bit. Naruto's gone. and he hasn't been seen for over 1+ years now. While the people celebrate, this was not good. Not good in the slightest. As Hiruzen had his people searching, he even reached out to Jiraiya, but Jiraiya had no such luck finding Naruto. Wherever he is, he didn't want to be found, and that was clear. Until today. The generation of this year was going to graduate very soon. In around a couple of days to be quite exact. They were 12 years old. What none of them expected was Naruto Uzumaki to come marching through the village gates, shocking everyone. As the ninjas arrive on the scene, him stepping in with that oppressive aura, not to mention looking completely different, looking at least late teens, which should be impossible. He should be 12 years old. Immediately Anvu's arrive, word was sent to the Hokage. However, since grasping his weapon, Naruto powers that was kept at bay were slowly unraveling. Naruto wasn't here to kill, he was simply here to make them know. Naruto watches the Anvus and the ninjas start to flock towards him, and with a gaze, Naruto released a power in the depths of his soul, the Conqueror's Haki. The shinobis and ninjas started to drop. Shocking confusion as the civilians that were even in the vicinity collapsed immediately. Only those with a strong will could even resist to stand on their feet. Hiruzen Sarutobi rushed towards the scene. Naruto, stop this, he yelled. Finally facing the man, a smile on his face. I was looking forward for you to come this quickly, said Naruto. As he stepped forward, what happened to you? What are you doing? Hiruzen said. Hiruzen knew that it was him. Yes, he changed, but the features were there. He needed to know what happened to the child. You showed me a long time ago that the only thing that matters in this world is power. Time after time again, I knew that even more. And now, as you can see, I have the power. And I am going to make some changes. Not in just this village, but this world. After all, only the strong rule. The weak shall grovel. You people, you villagers tried to make me believe that I was one of the weak. But now, because of your actions, I shall deliver the consequences for you all to see. Naruto, don't let me do this, Hiruzen said, willing to stop Naruto at any possible cause from doing something stupid. The grin that spread across Naruto's face. Oh, don't you worry. You will all see. All of you will witness the world that I create. I will break this system, I will break this law. And I will show that only the power of the mightiest shall rule, starting with this village. Naruto stepped so hard on the ground that it exploded. When he leaped into the sky, ninjas immediately hurled shurikens and kunais, but Naruto's skin was so durable that it deflected them. Regaining connection with what was deeply buried inside of him from touching his weapon, awakened a monstrous amount of power. Hiruzen dashed across the roof. He shouted out Naruto's name, sprinting as fast as he possibly can, outspeeding every single ninja, every single Anvu. It was a good thing that the evacuation was nowhere near completed or even properly started. After all, if they had, it would have been a complete disaster as Naruto's weapon grew in size. Naruto brought it down. Everyone heard it. The explosion destroyed every single face on the monument. Naruto flattened the entire mountain region. As his weapon shrunk, he stood there, gazing towards the Hokage. The man was racing at Naruto with now fury in his eyes. He's been searching for Naruto for the longest time now, and he has returned and done this. Hiruzen was pissed. refusing to sacrifice the entire village for one child as he raced towards Naruto, anger in his eyes. Naruto raised his weapon and allowed it to enlarge to its proper height. Here is the new eyes widening absolute shock as the shadow descend upon him. He had to stop as he saw the people in the nearby buildings. With a speed known for a Hokage, he evacuated all of them and leaped away. The destruction destroyed that entire part of the village. And by the time that he recovered, pushing past the smoke, Naruto was already gone. It did not take too long for word to spread through the elemental nation about what happened to Konoha. Just a few days later, word reached Konoha from the Land of Iron. Now that was a surprise. As time passed by, Naruto was seen all over the elemental nation. What was his purpose, his desire? No one knew. He did not stay in one place for too long, as he started to cause mass destruction and chaos. Majority of the people start to place him within their bingo book. Konoha placed a bounty on his head to believe someone so young has become something so dreadful and dangerous. However, at the moment, Haku, apprentice of Zabuza Momochi, watched as every single one of his mirrors shattered. Zabuza tried to block, but his blade broke under the weight of Naruto combo. A hit across his head as he felt his skull, his brain rattling inside. Zabuza was crushed. So was Haku under Naruto's might. Naruto was making an army. As he looked down towards the two after crushing them, despite them barely hurting him, you had to infuse your blade with so much power to get by Naruto's skin, to show just how durable he was. Naruto was creating an army known as the Order of the Dragon, a cult where power is law. And these two show great interest. Their power was something great, to be forged into something much greater. Naruto beat them down, and they will join his cause. It's either that or death. And thus it went. Naruto made his way to some really sketchy, dangerous areas, stepping into violent civilizations where chaos ruled, undergrounds where people were known for, decapitating others in the most gruesomest ways. He was the man that started to be feared by many. His name started to send shivers down people's spine. As his cult, his organization started to rise larger and larger. His army is vast, but only a selected few rise to become higher dragons. His elite generals, his enforcers. Yes, these people they are those that are betrayed. They are those that have saw the true broken world that they live in and realize there was only one truth. The strong rule and the weak perish. That was the only way, and that was how things go. And Naruto's cause was about to change the broken, weak world that they live in and replace it with a new one. A world where these so-called daimyos, their money meant nothing. A world where these weak, pathetic people don't control civilization. A world where shinobis are not tools. A world where power is might and might is right. It is truly unbelievable how so many people was the same with that ideal. As Naruto's cause started to grow stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger from all over the world, renegades, rogue shinobis started to flock towards him, flock into his cause, as he was bringing changes that hasn't been seen in a very long time. Some lost their purpose, started to flock towards him. He gave them purpose, he gave them ideal by showing them that through strength, anything can be accomplished. And each and every one of them that he fought, despite some of them being, well, in their mid-30s, late 30s, Naruta's strength was rising at such a ridiculous level. He bested them one after another, showing the power to split mountains with a punch. He's becoming a monster that monsters are supposed to fear. As Naruto told them, many of them were born a tool, but he will forge them into a weapon that the entire world will fear. As Naruto shatter Haku's ideology, breaking that sense of control that Haku was there under from Zabuza, with brutal honesty and brutal, well, physical pain as well, to show him that he will be the one to make his own servitude, because strength is governed by strength and he possessed strength, but he is making it hide under so much weakness. And Naruto found that pathetic. Naruto came across Kurashiki, a man that was a mystery to most, a man that wandered alone. Kurashiki was a master of the Black Flames. These were not the Amaterasu, but it was a specialized flame that was forged through fire nature control mixed with dark secret arts. For 3 days they fought, destroying mountains. They burned the land. They caused mass destruction. This man has hidden away from civilization because he feared the power that was at his disposal. He did not enter in any war. He did not enter in anything. He was born in a small little village. His village was destroyed. Yes, it was destroyed during the Third Great Shinobi War. He ran away. He had the power, but he was afraid of his power because he believed that he was simply not right for this world. Naruto dubbed him the Black Dragon. The Black Dragon and Naruto fought until they couldn't fight anymore. He couldn't understand it. He's been cultivating his fire, his power for so long because he feared it. As Naruto told him, "You are fire. Consume the world and let it burn." He realized that Naruto's strength was far beyond understanding, doing things that should not be remotely possible. And he joined Naruto forces. Naruto went through many different places, so many places, as people flocked towards him, joining his cause, joining his legion. Another one of his higher-ups, his name was Renga, the Steel Titan. He was a failed experiment from the land of Iron, originally designed to be the first chakra-wielding samurais by some, well, irradical samurais that were banished. This man was something else. His title, the Steel Titan. His body was embedded with chakra, conductive metal, allowing him to transform his body into steel-like armor and weapons as well. He was forgotten by his people, as the ones that made him this way were banished, and the others, they fear him, so they locked him away in a deep ruins, away from the land of Iron, deeply secluded. But Naruto found him. Naruto shattered his prison with a combo and gave him a choice. Serve the world that locked you away, or serve the world that will fear you. And just like that, the Steel Titan made his choice, becoming a part of Naruto's army, becoming a part of the new world. Naruto was surprised as he found a Yamanaka. The Yamanakas hail from Konoha, but this Yamanaka was different. She was known as Saya. They call her the Tempered Witch. Once a member of the Yamanaka clan, she was banished some time ago due to the arts that she was developing, wind-based genjutsu that affect the spirit rather than the mind, as she almost went to the extreme levels to take other Yamanakas to boost her own, well, they call it spiritual abilities. When Naruto found her, she was hiding in the sandy seas, hunted by San Envus for her crimes against the daimyo's family, having gotten mixed up in something really diabolical. The San Envus tried to stop him, but Naruto flattened a baton with fire. And this was no ordinary fire because Naruto transformed. His evolution was coming along rather well because he could now transform into something terrifying. Naruto could feel it inside of her just like all the others that he had chosen. He would like to know what was her deal. He would like to know everything that she stand for. The moment she was finished, his following words solidified her loyalty. The mind was weak. Let us break the world spirit together. She took his hand. These were some of the strongest that joined Naruto's army flocking to his cause. And then he went after the villages, making his way towards the land of snow. He dropped to his knees. His name was Doto, realizing that if he did not drop, well, he would be annihilated. Doto's desire was to gain the ultimate weapon, sealed away by his brother with a key, and thus he would rule the nations. When Naruto heard that he had his people track down Koyoki and her guards, and the key was the only thing that was brought back. So quickly, stepping up to the podium, Naruto turned the key, but all it did was melt the ice. Naruto was pissed as he just wasted his time for absolutely nothing. Doto was shattered. His dream of conquering would never, ever happen again. However, Naruto's following words made him realize that perhaps his dream would come to reality, but unlike his dream, he wouldn't be the one in control. Naruto raised his weapon and smashed the machine into pieces, returning the village back to the land of snow. As he conquered the land, moving from one village to another, Naruto and his forces start to expand, conquering the entire western region. The elemental nation of the great nations, where the two superpowers were, even some of the greater minor villages like the land of waterfall, they started to panic. They were afraid as Naruto infamy started to spread all over the place. Several ninjas arrived as they saw it. On the day it happened, the entire world was shaken. Yes, Naruto people though were able to see his transformation, and they were beyond shock as Naruto created something in mid-air, a literal floating village that would be able to house every single people of his party, and there was a lot of them. In his transformed state, Naruto could create something known as flame clouds. Naruto generated flame clouds as they could hold objects in the heavens, entire mountains or islands. The only people that could reach his island was the ones that he allowed to reach it. As for the others, spies from all over came to unite and watch what the hell was going on. Days turned into weeks and weeks turned into months as Naruto and his people, after conquering majority of the west side, they went quiet, solidifying in that island. This year Chunin exam was interrupted at Konoha, as Hiruzen decided to go by field promotion because the world was not stable right now. The world wasn't stable. No one was coming together to participate and watch an exam. Everyone was afraid of the attack that might be launched at any moment. Thus, people started to gather. People started to come together, realizing the threats. Minor villages speaking to the great nations. They need to come together because this force was able to conquer the entire West in a matter of years, not even 5 or 6. It was 2 years to be quite exact. The elemental nation was still standing strong with the great nations, but if they didn't want to be conquered as well, they would have to come together or else. As the years passed by, everything was coming together. You could see it as Mei Terumi, leader of Kiri, reached out. Her borders were close by where this massive floating island was, and it was terrifying. The people that were getting there were those that were permitted. No one else could breach the location. She sent word to all the villages they might not like each other, but they had to fight together, or else they would all be annihilated. Thus, they came together as one. Meetings started to come together, trying to understand. Mifune was there to speak about a lot, as he knew the tales of the weapon that Naruto wielded, but the weapon simply was said to be a very destructive force. This additional power, this strength that he possessed, this was not something that he should possess because of the weapon, as they believe that this power is because of something he already possessed deep within. Hiruzen spoke about who Naruto truly was. The other villages looked at Konoha like they were the enemy, like this was a setup, this was a trap, but Hiruzen put it down clear for all of them to see that it was not. And them mistrusting him right now might lead to all of their downfalls. After speaking to Naruto once, on that day when he destroyed the monument, Hiruzen believed that he understood Naruto ideology and what he seek to do, and none of them are going to like it. Because in his world, civilians and weaker ninjas are going to be turned into slaves. And that was very clear. Only the strong survive. Naruto ideology was a dangerous one and would lead to thousands, perhaps even hundreds of thousands of death, civilians and shinobis combined. And it was a truly terrifying thought, an unbelievably terrifying one. Thus Mei Terumi, the right Kage, Oniki, Mifune, Hiruzen, Raza, they all agree that they will work together to take down this threat. He was high in the heavens right now, and they believe that he will launch an attack very soon. They believe that he was plotting for, well, a good amount of time now how to attack them. So the nations use that time to make sure that their forces will survive this war, as they gather their people, planning out strategies using Yamanakas. Many people were on the front line. Sasuke Uchiha, a boy that was filled with hate and so much regrets, because his past was not working out as he desired, as he wanted to do something but the world wasn't allowing him. Even Orochimaru, who was in the background, simply watched, showing no desire to make any movements just yet, because through chaos, he will reign supreme. But he was not the only one. Within the depths of the organization known as the Akatsuki, no member of the organization will get involved in this war. The world will be rocked, yes. And with that, the Akatsuki would come together to conquer it afterwards. Allow them to fight, allow this Naruto to do as he pleased. Him being the host of the Nine Tails made things even more wonderful. The moment that he's weakened, they will take the power of the Nine Tails, and then they will take the entire world by conquering the other tail beasts. So, allow the fight to progress, allow the chaos to reign. When the time is ready, the true God shall step in and make everyone bow. It was a few days after that it happened. Flyers rained from the sky. People believed that it was an attack, but it was just paper. A declaration. Lay down their arms, bow their heads. This shall be their final warning. The old regime will be broken by me, Naruto, the Dragon Emperor. He shall shatter all the chains that bind this world as it is. He will create a new, and all those oppose him, all that stand in his way, shall be snuffed out of reality, shall be burned until there is nothing left. As the flyers spread all over the world, at the land of rain, The paper was brought to him. The eyes of Nagato scanned said paper, Konan looking towards him. But his orders still stand. Allow the actions to take place. Allow the fight to happen. Their time will come. The Akatsuki will rise. And just like that, Naruto was declared an enemy of the world. Hiruzen, despite being old, he was dressed in his battle armor, believing that this shall be his final fight. But even if it is, he shall ensure that Naruto is stopped. As the 5 Kages declare Naruto enemy of the world, and they attacked, Oniki floated up to the heavens as he immediately activated his particle style. His intention was to destroy the island, but the moment his cube started to expand, something hit it. Yes, you see, Naruto has become something different. As Naruto's weapon was able to strike Oniki's cube, now Oniki's attack was meant to disintegrate things, literally unravel them, and yet Naruto striked it. You heard that right, he striked it and shattered it, shocking Oniki. Oniki tried to move out of the way, but Naruto this time grew large. Not his weapon, but him. Naruto slapped Oniki out of the sky. The body was sent sailing, bursting downwards, using his golden dust as a platform. Rasa allowed the right kage to leap and catch the old man. However, Oniki was in bad shape. Just from a single blow, but the arm that Naruto used to hit him was massive. Oniki tried to regain his bearings, but he wasn't in a good condition. Naruto simply dropped, literally, and hit the ground with a boom, ripping it apart. He swung his weapon, blowing away all the dust and smoke as he stepped forward. The 4 Kage still remaining on their feet, the right Kage standing there, surging with lightning. Rasa, the golden dust swirling around him, made Terumi as she was ready. Hiruzen, in his battle armor, they were all ready to take him down. So is this it? The last stand, Naruto questioned. Hiruzen stepped forward. I'm afraid you've gone too far, he said, and I can't save you now. I never asked for you to save me, said Naruto. Besides, you should be proud. You taught me that this is the only way to rule. I never did anything like that, Hiruzen said. Well, when I was getting beaten, when I was being shown that I was a weakling, that is where I understood. And you standing by because you wanted to be a suck-up, a weak, pathetic excuse of a leader. That is what taught me, said Naruto. And because of that, I shall bring the world that you and these mongrels serves to its knees. And I shall create something better. Naruto said, expanding his hands. In the distance, Naruto's army could be seen. They were prepared, Terumi said, as word was sent back to HQ. An organization of the remaining ninjas came together, all of them under one headband, one unity. Naruto's power was so great that they had to be prepared. They divide their ninjas into sections after studying how much Naruto has conquered. But the other nations weren't as strong as they are, but Naruto has been quiet for years now. They had no idea just how much he has grown and just how much his army has grown. That is why they divided their people, sending a strength of 20,000 plus, trying to bulldoze Naruto forces with their heavy hitters. Unfortunately, as they saw, Naruto forces were skimming across the entire platform. They realized they were much greater than they thought. Each of Naruto's army being led by one of his generals. You could see the difference in each and every one of the members. Make them bow! Naruto's voice spread through the area as his army dashed forward, leaving him and the Kages. The right Kage blitzed towards Naruto, but he punched Naruto's weapon. He was unable to budge it. Naruto pulled back and rocked him so hard, the ear fractured as he was launched. He flipped several times in mid-air, blood dripping from his face. Naruto was above him. The right Kage leaped as Naruto shattered the ground, made Terumi launch a precise water attack that was blocked by Naruto's weapon as he spun, creating a force that sent her sailing away. Hiruzen brought down Enma on top of Naruto's head. Naruto blocked it with one arm and fist Hiruzen in the gut, blood pouring from his mouth. The golden dust wrapped around Naruto, but with a laugh, Naruto exploded and threw his weapon. Raza leaped into the sky, landing on his cloud, flying away. Naruto jumped, swinging his weapon that blew him out of the heavens. Now in the center of all of them, they surrounded him. As Naruto stood there, he was their size now, able to alter his size at will, as his features over the years had really turned him frightening in every sense of the word. Half of Naruto's body was covered in thick, powerful scales. His hair was longer, going down into his back. He had horns jetting out from the side of his head. As he looked at them, his chest bare and able to view by the world, he was wearing a coat that matched the color of his blue scales. He looked down towards them like they were nothing, as all of them rushed in to attack him at once. That is when they realized something. Naruto's physical strength was so immense. With a single punch, Naruto could cause an entire continent to shake, an earthquake. With a punch, he became large, and their techniques made Terumi water. The right Kage punches, Hiruzen's staff, the golden dust meant nothing to him. This wasn't any armor like a Susanoo or something like that. This was his physical body that became so much more powerful. He was a monster, causing shockwaves by stepping, releasing power that causing the mountains to crumble, the sky to tremble as he split the earth. Their bodies were launched away. They tried to drop him, hitting him with all sorts of techniques. They were the Kages, but with each try, the more hopeless they become, as Naruto's strength seemed to be constantly growing as he fought them. He was holding back. Oniki came in, recovered enough, as he tried to trap Naruto inside of his particle release, trying to turn Naruto into dust, but Naruto got large, over 100 feet, and once again shatter his technique like it was nothing. The power surging through him, stronger than their chakra, stronger than their will, stronger than anything they had to throw at him. At least give me a proper fight. Are you people not the Kages? Naruto said, once again showing phenomenal strength by cracking the earth open, sending the right Kage into nothing but dust and debris. Naruto kicked made Terumi across the land. He crushed Hiruzen's staff. As Enma tried to run away, Naruto ripped Enma in half. He punched through the golden dust, literally reaching Raza and crushing him, breaking his arm as he bat him against the ground, creating a trench. Naruto's thunderous laugh spread through the area. His forces were causing mass destruction and chaos. Back at HQ, send in the others. The report came back in. They thought their 20,000 plus would make them strong enough, but over the past couple of years, Naruto has pushed his people above and beyond to the limits and shattering them, turning each and every one of them into some kind of monster. They fought without hesitation, they fought without holding back, they fought without anything. They simply fought for the thrill of the battle, just like Naruto, which made their ideology so dangerous, so wicked. It was brutal, dangerous, and deadly. Snevy Senju, along with many of the medics, start to see several people return back, several of them dead, as they were on the edge before they pass. She heard something as she looked down. As a few of the specialists from Naruto's army, they were under boom. The only thing that saved her was her great durability other than most, and not to mention her 100 art sealing technique, which she awakened the moment she was swallowed by the blast. Just like that, a large portion of their medics were taken out, and immediately the tide of the battle changed. As Naruto people had entered into their forces, entering into their vicinity, panic, fear. The place was chaotic and destructive. Back with Naruto, the Kages rose to their feet, injured and bloody, once again trying their best to attack Naruto, trying their best to take him down the right Kage, brawl with Naruto as Naruto tanked his punches. Ace's arm was stinging under the pressure. Naruto dropped the man, literally shattering several bones. Oniki once again, knowing that physical wasn't his attribute as he tried to stay his distance, but Naruto opened his mouth and released flames. Flames that were so hot, you could see the changes as Naruto's head seemed different in the smoke. The flames slammed into Oniki and took him out of the sky. The others rushed in, Hiruzen trying to take Naruto down with everything at his disposal. Realizing that there was one way, he told the others they had to hold him still. Unfortunately for them though, Naruto was done. "I am done with your shit," he said. "I told you all before the battle begins that the strong rule and the weak grovel. Let me show you strength." Naruto released a primal scream that caused his forces to pull back as they clear the area, already understanding what that meant. Mei Terumi, Hiruzen, Raza all stepped back in absolute fear as Naruto transformed. Yes, he transformed into a massive, colossal dragon. After Naruto had made connection with his weapon, the tail beast that was inside of him was no more. The secret power that Naruto had inside of him was locked away. It needed its connection to be awakened. The weapon hailed from the past. Origins were unknown to this world. However, the connections lie deep within Naruto. It is said within the past one other was able to wield this weapon, but not to its full potential. The sage could not destroy it. The weapon was special in that way, but the weapon wasn't even that strong. Yes, the weapon was powerful, but it was the wielder. And Naruto, all of the changes came once his power was truly activated. And you could see the representation of the Fox Chakra still lingering within his system. A massive, sky-dominating dragon with blue scales, infused with orange, streak lines of the chakra flow. He was the size of a city. Not to mention, due to his size alteration, he could grow. His eyes were orange as he gazed down towards the people down below. That is when shit truly hit the fan. This is how Naruto had put the island within the sky. He had to enter this form. Within this form, his power hit a new level, beyond understanding. Naruto then roared. A roar known as the Demolition Gust. It sent out wind shockwaves, capable of raising forests and leveling mountains. The entire army of 60,000+ strong was sent away. Some of them lucky enough to crash, suffering just a broken arm, but some crashed on their very neck. Some broken into pieces, some launched, smashing against each other with such force. Naruto people knew that they had to move away. That is when Naruto then released the true depths of his heart. He called it the burrow breath. This fire was hotter than the Amaterasu flames. Naruto launched it like a beam, annihilating thousands. Mountains were eviscerated, landscapes were changed. The Kages who watched this, as Naruto's attention was on their forces, they all looked up, feeling so defenseless, so hopeless when Naruto looked down towards them. The smile could be seen. Naruto dropped his tail and whipped the land to pieces, their bodies blown in the air. Naruto brought his claw down and swiped them. Boom! Chaos. Destruction. Time skip. The war has left the land bleeding. Naruto was back to normal. His people trying to re-enter the position as Naruto faced the remains of those that he just crushed. Having the power to wipe out continents like it was nothing, they never stood a chance. The strong rule, Naruto thought as he crushed a skull by stepping on it. The remnants of those that tried to still rise. That is when someone arrived and swung a scythe towards Naruto. It broke on his skin. They believed that Naruto had been weakened. Throughout this entire battle, Naruto was being watched. Yes, he was being observed, but he was quite aware that there was more out there. The entire group of the organization known as the Akatsuki, Itachi, Uchiha, Kisame, Zetsu was there to observe. You had Deidara, you had Sasori, the zombie brothers, they were all there. They attacked Naruto. There was no words, their job was to take him down. Unfortunately though, the problem was, Naruto was weakened. Naruto's stamina was something that they couldn't simply understand. Not to mention the absorption haki. Naruto knew that they were there. Naruto could see their movements before they even make it. He could detect hidden enemies regardless of the state that they were using. Not to mention, Naruto could get past their illusions. Really bad thing for Itachi. All of them jumped him at once, each of them branded with the title of S rank. The lustful smile on Naruto's face, enjoying the battle as he crushed Kakazu into nothingness. He don't believe that he could attack Naruto from behind. Naruto literally transformed and bite through him, tearing him to pieces as he soared into the heavens. Naruto swallowed, literally chomping down on Sasori before releasing fire to burn him within his mouth. Deidara tried to fly away, but Naruto's speed as he curled around him and crushed Deidara. He knew that his desire was to let his brother defeat him, but if he does not stop this right here and now, his brother wouldn't have a world left to protect. Itachi summoned his Susanoo, but Naruto transformed back to normal and gripped his weapon and did the impossible. Maybe it was because of the spiritual nature of the haki that tied in with his chakra. Naruto shattered the unbreakable shield and crushed Itachi Uchiha like it was nothing. His level far above either of them. Naruto roared and destroyed the entire place. All who were close by were eviscerated. Watching from the trees, the path of pain was shock. Truly, utterly shock. Who's next? Come on, Naruto shouted. Why hide? You have these weaklings mocking you by, making you believe that you're strong. Show yourself, he roared out. His power surging. A laugh stretching out from the very depths of his heart. Naruto disembodied the entire organization like it was nothing, crushing the kages. His people rally as Naruto marched across the land. Weapons started to fall, submit. Weapons started to drop immediately out of fear. People started to bow, drop to their knees, remembering the words that were written and sent to them. One by one, they dropped down to their knees, understanding that this was only going to end one way. And if they choose to fight, it will be with their death. Their nations will be destroyed, their worlds will be eradicated. This person was a monster. Tsunade Senju and Jiraiya was all witnessing as the tail beasts charged the bombs. It was their fault. Them believing that sending in 20,000 plus and the second forces was a good idea. By the time the Jinchurikis arrive, because the leaders, despite their unification, fear their tail beasts being taken away, fear their powers being lost. But now they were all dead. All of them that had control. Yes, they were all there. Gaara, the son of Raza was no more. He was 16 years old, standing tall. The power of the tail beasts is understanding that the entire world would be crushed. Each of them spoke to their beasts. The 1 tails was there, the 2 tails was there. The 4 and 5, the 6 was there as well, and the 7. Along with the 8, the 3 wasn't, the 9 wasn't. Tsunade, Jiraiya, and all of the remaining forces that led, a part of the 20,000 plus that was still left, watch as the bombs were launched. A sacrifice had to be made for their people that were left there, the ones that were already gravely injured. They had to stop him before he advanced anymore. Otherwise, unfortunately for them though, Naruto transformed and shoot. His godly fire from his mouth, and even with the collaboration of all of them, his fire overpowered it. It slammed into them, causing bodies of the literal tail beasts to fly. Naruto transformed and took to the sky as he took on all of them, tearing through them with his claws, biting and ripping them apart, devouring their chakra. Naruto was burning, tearing and ripping. By the time he was done, it was a massacre. Tsunade Senju along with the others tried to attack. However, Naruto forces flocked in, swamping them as Naruto crashed down in the midst of their army, besting their beasts, the bodies of their Jinchurikis lying, bested and crushed. Naruto started to smash, crush and stepped on them as he grew 100 feet, crushing like they were nothing, kicking and rooting up the earth. The forces started to drop like flies, and within moments, the battlefield was silent. Yes, the battlefield was silent. Those that left were on their knees. Naruto people gathering them up as they all gather around him. We took their shinobis, and now we take their homes. They cheered and raged as they marched along the world. Several villages with the remaining shinobis tried to stop them, but one after another they were crushed. People believing that they know Naruto, those that used to see him back in the academy, believing that they could talk to him, those from Konoha, their families, their friends were crushed. Kakashi Hatake, Might Guy transformed into the 8 inner gates. Him and Naruto rocket across the valley, But Guy body simply couldn't withstand Naruto's fire, as Naruto turned him into dust. They trampled through Konoha, they trampled through Kiri. His people's endurance getting stronger the more they march. Crushing through valleys, crushing through nations. They arrived at the land of rain where they were met by resistance. The Almighty pushed to repel every single one of them, but Naruto walked through it. Literally, while his forces were pushed back, Naruto gripped the head of Tendo. Shocked that Naruto reached him as Naruto crushed him. Growing big enough, Naruto crushed Tendo into nothingness. He split their village into half before causing mass calamities like the heavens were dropping. The other paths tried to attack him, but Naruto annihilated the village, burning the remains. Konan was swallowed by the flames along with everyone else. He was truly a monster. Naruto waged across the land, crushing everything in sight. Naruto did not spare a single soul in Konoha. He leveled Konoha. He removed it from the face of the earth. He destroyed the entire land of fire. Yes, you heard that correct. Naruto wiped away the land of fire. He completely annihilated until there was absolutely nothing left. It was gone. Every last trace of it, it was gone. And as the days passed by, the world was greeted to him. No more lies, no more weak. This world, it belonged to the strong, and nothing will change that. And Naruto showed it in his actions. Unlikely allies rose, Orochimaru and Danzo. The man that believed he could not be killed was erased. Naruto erased his entire soul, erasing all of them from the face of the earth. The nations that remained started to bow the moment Naruto reached their village. They showed their sign, either they fought or they all go to their knees. Naruto emissaries started to enter their villages, and they were greeted by people bowing, respecting the law, respecting the change, respecting the new dictatorship, respecting the ruler of the world. And just like that, ninja clans are broken. Feudal lords are executed, daimyos are wiped out. The new world order, the Dragon Emperor. Yes, the world is divided now into three main classes. The Apex, which was Naruto. The High Dragons and his elite warriors. Then you had the Strong. Those were the ones that survived his test of strength. They are free citizens, but they must continue to prove themselves. The Weak, Subjugated, not allowed to wield weapons or learn chakra art. They must serve the upper class or risk death. Naruto laid with many women to create a literal army of his kids. He was so powerful that none of the mothers survived. Yes, the moment they gave birth, their body seemed to use up every ounce of energy to do so. As Naruto formulated a literal empire of 100 children. Yes, you heard that right. 100 children raised to become warriors. The masked man tried to attack Naruto. A surprise attack after Naruto swallowed the tail beasts, yes. They reform and try to create ruckus, but Naruto swallowed them, his body holding them and absorbing their power. Naruto burned the masked man into nothingness along with Zetsu. And the Osutskis came. However, Momoshiki and Kinshiki were met with something unbelievable. Naruto trampled all over them. They stood no chance. Naruto was now fully aware of the existence of the outside, and he wanted more. He needed more. He was now 20 years old, and he was the strongest. His children, just mere offsprings, bred and trained at a young age to become godlike just like him. His power coursing through them, each and every one of them would be special. Technology started to rise as Naruto wanted to explore the stars. He was already done conquering this world. It's about time that he pushed up what he desired to conquer. The galaxy. No. Naruto stood on the moon at the moment. After crushing Tenori Osusuke, he will conquer the entire universe. It will all bow in front of the Dragon Emperor. All of it. And yeah, guys. Naruto has become a complete monster. Now he's off for bigger things. Bringing down the entire civilization as it is. Crushing everything in its wake. The monsters that monsters are going to be afraid of as he devour and burn them out of existence. Once again, if you want more movies like these and you have your ideas, just comment on the latest videos. But I'm out for now. See you guys soon. Peace.